Hello there, everyone, and welcome back to Radiant Moon Tarot. My name is Victoria, and we've got your September 2026 money and career reading for all Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. So the very beginning of the month, the first couple of days, just be aware that on September 1st, we've got Mars in Cancer in a square with Saturn in Aries. So this can be a potentially tough couple of days. Try not to let your emotions get the better of you. Step lightly, use a little bit of caution, especially when dealing with other people, because there could be some emotionally charged energy coming in there. And it's probably not the best couple of days necessarily where you're going to resolve any problems. So, excuse me. So if you find an opportunity to resolve anything, great. If not, just kind of wait until some of that energy kind of just settles down just a little bit. On the 10th of the month, your planetary ruler, Venus, is moving into the sign of Scorpio. So this can be a really good time to focus on the things, the money, the possessions that you share with other people. Loans, finances, real estate, anything like that. Also, your relationships as they involve money with other people as well, who you're dependent on for your money, where you work, like what kind of business, what kind of company do you work for, right? Is it in alignment with your values, your goals, your dreams? Are you making enough money? Sometimes the best way these days, it used to be if you were loyal to your company, they were loyal back to you, and you got pensions and you got job security and all these things. And that kind of seems to have gone for a lot of people the way of the dodo bird. And so sometimes the best way to increase your pay is to make a bold move, right? Quite often, if you move to a new company, how often have we heard it? Where they pay new employees more than the existing employees, right? Because we got to recruit the new talent. Well, wonderful. Where does loyalty get you? So you might be kind of considering making some changes in that regard. But Venus, of course, in Scorpio can bring about change, evolution, transformation, growth, all things, right? Also endings and beginnings. So, but it can be a very creative energy here as well. So, you could be giving birth, so to speak, to a creative project, and this can somehow lead you down the path to making more money. Also, the same day, Mercury, Mercury, the planet of communication, thoughts, ideas, is moving into your sign. Uranus also goes retrograde in Gemini, so there's a lot of thoughts going on here, a lot of thinking, a lot of deep thinking probably, and maybe some news or information that may be available to you, that may come to you maybe in unexpected ways. Uranus does shake things up a little bit sometimes, and Uranus does work in weird and wonderful ways, always bringing us a little freedom from the things that are holding us back. But also that day, we've got a new moon in Virgo. Virgo energy is your sixth house energy, and this is all about your health, happiness, and well-being, your daily work patterns, routines, and habits. And so this, again, can be a real focus, a real highlight on where you work. How do you get to work? What is your work-home life balance? Are you, do you have enough time to do the things that you want to do? Are you being paid what you're worth? And so this can be where we might do a little bit of soul searching, but work with that new moon there, because with Uranus at play, you could accidentally manifest something really interesting. And of course, Libra, we also have on the 22nd of September, it's your season, it's your solar new year, and this is, of course, a great time to find that balance in your life. It is the fall equinox, Mabon, if you celebrate that. And so this can be like where you're really looking to your future and, seeing what it holds for you. And this is quite often where we set some really important intentions for the year to come. We've got here action coming in. Okay, so you are called to action. So this can be an action-packed month for you. Okay, there's a lot of things going on, around you and your energy here. But this can also represent that, now is the time where you can make something happen for yourself. Okay, and it can be just those small things. But this is where things are in alignment for you. It is card 17, so it kind of relates back to the star card energy. with abundance and being in the flow of things and harnessing all of the possibilities that the universe has to offer, making your wish and making your wish come true. With that action card, it's all about the yin and the yang, the masculine and the feminine. And so these are aligning for you. So if you've been thinking about something, if you've been spinning your wheels on something, this is the time to get out of that whirly twirly energy and make some forward moves. Okay, so whatever it is, take some action upon your ideas, upon your thoughts, upon your dreams, whatever, even if it's just writing something down, right? When we take some sort of action, we get that ball rolling, kind of like the start of a snowball going down a big hill, right? We've got to start somewhere. We're going to start with that little snowball. We also have, oh, wonderful. So we've got financial constraints here, but it is in the reverse. Okay, so this is some really positive change there for you. So if you've been feeling like you've been stuck or you haven't had enough, that lack kind of energy, maybe you've had some unexpected bills, maybe you spent too much in the summer, perhaps you have taken a vacation and now you're like, okay, now I got to go put some money back in the bank. Okay, those financial constraints are turning around. So this is a time where we're opening the doors to abundance. We're opening the door to the flow of money coming in to you rather than flowing out. Okay, it's all coming back to you now. So this can be a little bit of a relief. You could get, some unexpected money, some returns on some investments. But when we get this financial constraints card, we want this in the reverse, okay? It's like, woo! So this is awesome. Let's see what else we get for you guys. We've got the Six of Swords. Okay, so tough times, we're leaving them behind. The Three of Wands, we're looking out to the future, making plans, waiting for an opportunity. And we've got the Queen of Cups, creative energy, intuitive energy, kindness, generosity. It is about getting into receiving mode there with that Queen of Cups, but also very creative. So this can be your energy that you're harnessing. You are fixing things, you are at peace, it's calm energy, right? You got two cards that are very peaceful here, very forgiving, very healing. We're moving forward from a little bit of a challenge, or we're moving forward from some topsy-turvy energy. That Six of Swords can represent that perhaps you are actually making some forward moves this month, right? You're like leaving a challenging situation and moving forward to something better. This can be your intentions that are, really at front and center for you right now. You're like, where I am right now is quite turbulent. My money is turbulent. My workplace is turbulent. And I'm looking for something a little more satisfying or a little more in line with my own personal energy, which is not chaotic, right? So the Six of Swords can represent that need, that desire to move forward. But because this card is coming out, that can certainly be attained for you. Now, you might need to, Three of Wands there, you might need to keep an open mind, or you may need to look out into the horizon. You may need to kind of keep an eye open, keep your ears open for those opportunities. When we get the Three of Wands, this is showing you that your blocks and obstacles in front of you have been removed. Okay, so this can be a really good time to follow your goals and your dreams. Okay, that Queen of Cups energy there, stay open and receptive to the possibilities. Okay, but some of you are maybe looking to do some traveling here. The Six of Swords can be a card of travel, perhaps over a body of water of some kind. It doesn't have to be, though. The Three of Wands also can be an energy of travel and adventure. And again, we've got another body of water on there. So maybe you're going to take a cruise, maybe you're going to vacation by the lake. Perhaps you're going to go on like a river rafting adventure, although granted with the Three of Cups there, that might not be in the cards for you. You might be like, no, I think if I'm going to float down the river, it's going to be a lazy river with a margarita in my hand, right? So, so anyway, but there could be some sort of travel and adventure in some of your future. Now, with the Queen of Cups coming in here as well, it can also be a person in your life. This can be somebody who you're making future plans with. someone that you're looking at your finances with for the future, perhaps a personal relationship. So a significant other, a family member even, right? And you're like looking out into the future going, okay, let's make sure we get our finances in order so that we can have a healthy, happy retirement, or that we can go on those nice little trips every single year. So it could be some, a person who you really care about that you are working with and does have some sort of impact on your money in some way. They could be a generous benefactor of some kind there as well. All right. But I feel like here you're also trusting your intuition for your timing of things. All right. I want to put this down. We do have the Fool at the back of the deck. So this can be travel and adventure. This can be, stepping out into the great beyond and saying, I'm going to go for this thing. I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to jump right in with both feet on, a passion project, or I'm ready for a new beginning in some way. And a new beginning doesn't have to be something brand new. It can just be a leveling up of things, right? A milestone that you hit, right? A promotion that you get. It's like, I don't know, I think I can do this job. I don't know all the details of it, but I'm excited to be here. And we just take that leap of faith, right? So you could be taking a leap of faith into something. Now, with it at the back of the deck, it can be something quite unexpected. Okay, something that that wasn't on my bingo card for this year, and this can, kind of come up for you a little bit because it's meant to be. Okay, but this can also represent like an underlying motivation for the decisions and the moves that you make this month, right? It's like I'm aligning myself for a new beginning. I'm aligning myself for some fun and adventure, right? And so this is like really kind of, it just, really kind of, carrying you forward in this energy. But it could also be a surprise, right? That Fool can represent a surprise coming in, and it may not necessarily come in this month. Okay, at the back of the deck, it may be something that's on its way in. Okay, so keeping this open energy. All this is very open and receptive energy. So it's a really good place to be. You're in the flow of things. Let's see what else we've got. We've got the Three of Cups. Wonderful, you guys. We've got some good news coming in. We've got the Judgment card there. Okay, we're making a very important decision. Judgment card right in the middle of your reading, at the heart of your reading. Okay, we also have the Death card there as well. Okay, so the financial constraints card up here is card 13. Okay, the Death card is card 13. All right, change and transformation. Something is shifting for you. Something is evolving for you. Now, something may come to an end for you here as well, right? Because we are hot off the heels of eclipse season, right? We are hot off the heels of a solar eclipse, a new moon in Leo, the lunar eclipse, the full moon in Pisces that occurred on the 27th, 28th of August. And that eclipse energy is going to really be active for at least the next few months, right? The new moon, the solar eclipse is a little bit longer, but that full moon in Pisces over the next 3 months or so is where you're going to see the after effects of this, right? And it's a big closing out of a cycle, closing out of the old ways, maybe even like the vision of utopia that, your head in the clouds kind of thing. It's like, I got to get my head out of the clouds and back into reality and make something happen for myself, right? Stop being like the armchair astronaut and do something about your situation. So there's some changes ahead. Now, the Death card, of course, can bring endings, new beginnings, all this transformation, everything blends into one, right? Growth can come in here. So financial growth would be nice, certainly, right? The Death card, unfortunately, yes, with Scorpio energy, especially right beside Judgment, okay? There could potentially be an inheritance coming your way, okay? And it may not be unexpected, okay? It could be something that's already been going on for a while. You've done some healing, Queen of Cups, right? You've come to peace with it. You've come to terms with it. But this can be coming your way, right? So embrace it, okay? Say thank you to, whoever left you some inheritance, and, and get on with life, right? But there could be that. It says big letting go with that Judgment card, right? The pearly gates and everything. So, especially beside Death card. But this can also be the death of a dream, or the, a change in perspective for you. When we have the Judgment card, this is like a call to the light, a call to the truth. Maybe you are answering the call to your true path, your true calling, and you're like, all this time I've been doing these things, I've been working these jobs because my goal has been money. Well, maybe now my goal has changed. And maybe now I'm going to follow my passion and follow what I am meant to do, right? So some of you can be really at a very significant turning point right about now, right? And it's not unheard of, not unusual, when we're coming up to your personal solar return, right? Your birthday's coming up, right? So just like New Year's, like the calendar New Year's Eve, December 31st, we start looking at the future. We start reflecting on the past, right? And we're like, okay, what can I do better? What can I do different? What have I achieved? What have I not achieved? Right? And so this is like that all important decision-making process with that Judgment card. What do I need to let go of? What can I revive? Right? Or what am I not seeing? Because the truth and ultimate clarity can come about with that Judgment card. So this can be quite the inner process here for some of you. You may realize that, that your workplace is not paying you what you're worth. And Death card here is like, make a change. If the ball is in your court, it's up to you, right? And it can be a scary proposition, but it can also be well worth it, and it can bring you some rewards. We do have a Three of Cups showing up here for you, right? So Three of Cups can represent, of course, your social environment and your support system, like your friends, cheering you on. But the Three of Cups, more often than not, is some really good news, something to celebrate, something where it's like you call up your bestie and you're like, let's go for a drink and clink a glass and celebrate whatever good news that you're receiving. And so your good news that you're celebrating can also be like the departure of a fellow coworker that maybe you don't like, or that boss that gives everyone grief and you're getting someone better, right? So it can be that too. So it can be something that's just around your circumstances. But the Judgment card can, again, be second chances at something, but we're making a decision. So we are getting prepared for something new, or for something different, or for just moving forward, in a really good direction. We also have here the King of Wands. Lovely. Knight of Cups, following your heart. And we've got the Two of Pentacles. Ooh, you might have some options. You might have more than one opportunity opening up for you. But again, it's kind of about decisions, right? Judgment card is card number 20. Two of Pentacles, right? That's a 2. Twos balance, harmony, and the decisions that you may need to make, right? So a very decisive month for you. You might find that you're maybe at a little bit of a crossroads this month, or you have been already. And this can be where you get the, figure out the resolution to things, right? Because again, we're letting some things go and we're opening up, right? All of your cards are good, but your big energy is right here. And plus, don't forget the Fool card. Okay, so some big things going on for you. Now, I also mentioned earlier that Venus, your planetary ruler, is entering the sign of Scorpio on September 10th. Scorpio energy right here with the Death card. Okay, so that is showing up for you. So there's something there for you. Okay, and Venus entering Scorpio can sometimes represent some power struggles, but it can also be an internal struggle, right? And but I feel like you're going to resolve this internal struggle here. There can also be some romance that comes in here. So and change, right, ultimately is the name of the game. You do have the Knight of Cups here. You do have the Queen of Cups. So there could be, and you do have the King of Wands, right? So you could have a maturing of a relationship, and somehow, some way, this can affect your money or your decisions around money and your future. So if you're just dating someone, maybe you get engaged. Maybe you decide to move in with somebody, right? And all of a sudden now you've got another person, where the financial decisions are not necessarily autonomous. Right, so sharing that and have that important conversation. That Judgment card, Death card, can be about changing how we deal with finances, right? Especially, if you do share any with another person. But the King of Wands, Knight of Cups, Two of Pentacles, some of you could have an offer, an opportunity that does come in for you here. The King of Wands can be an entrepreneurial energy, right? And you've got the Queen of Cups coming in here with all this creativity. So if there is something that you want to do or you want to create, this is a great month to have a look and see, is this the right time for me to start this thing? Because that King of Wands, it's like, I am confident, I am in charge. I'm filled with passion and ideas, and I'm just going to do it, right? The kings are the leaders of the pack, right? And with this Knight of Cups, it's like, this is my goal and this is my quest that I'm on, right? So this can be really beautiful for you. Two of Pentacles, you may need to go with the flow, or you may need to weigh up your options. Do I go left? Do I go right? You may also need to juggle money a little bit to find a little bit of healthy balance, equilibrium there with that, right? Because sometimes we can, we need to focus on balance in our lives, but be flexible and adaptable with that Two of Pentacles, because often that it may open some doors for you that you didn't quite expect. All right. But you could have somebody very important here as well that does give you an offer of some kind. Okay, it can be a creative project. You partner up with somebody who is maybe the spokesperson, right? They're the spokesperson, and you might be the creative driving force behind this project, right? But you sync together, right? Because it's complementary energy. You're not butting heads wanting to do the same thing, right? The King of Wands is like, I'm gonna be the one that delivers the PowerPoint. I'm gonna be the one that goes out and does the sales pitch, and you might be like, thank goodness, because I'm just gonna sit here and I'm just gonna create something beautiful that people want to buy, or that gets us in the spotlight, with the boss, right, in a really positive way. So you could have someone very charismatic that you're dealing with. It can be a new person, it can be someone you know, it can be someone, again, that may offer you something here, okay? But we're really going to focus on the Judgment card and the Death card. What needs to end? What is transforming in your life, right? Where are you giving your power away as well, right? Death card, Scorpio energy, ruled by Pluto. Pluto is in Aquarius, all about taking your power back, okay? So if you've given your power away, now is this time to reclaim that, okay? Believe in your power to make good decisions. Believe in your ability to make money, or to get that dream job that you want, right? So big turning point here for some of you, it looks like, okay? And it can be fun on the adventure. It doesn't have to be doom and gloom. It doesn't have to be, difficult or anything, right? It's just, we make the right decisions, then make the things that feel good. We trust our judgment, trust our intuition. We're open to new experiences, or we're open to change. And that's really about being in the flow of things. And that's some nice flowy energy that we've got coming in here for you. Let's get a couple more cards out here for you. All right. And we have here the moon. All right, with connect with the moon, especially that new moon in Virgo, right? It is linked to our daily work. All right, the things that we do for a living, the specific things that we do. So connect with that new moon. It's showing up for you. Also, this is showing that you could have some connections with, new people, like-minded individuals. This can also be about trusting your intuition. Okay, moon is very connected with your emotions, your intuition, and also your lunar eclipse, the full moon in Pisces that we had at the end of August. This is also playing out significantly for you as well. You may have already been feeling some shift after a period of kind of uncertainty, or feeling weird, right? Maybe you've just been feeling weird. So anyways, but trust your intuition, because I feel like in some way, this is really going to play a key role for you in your month ahead. Maybe it's just in how you deal with people, or perhaps you're more open to other people's energy. Like, it's like, read the room and you are like bang on, right? So, because we can quite often make or break an opportunity by choosing our timing wisely, Okay. And it's quite often our intuition that kind of gives us that clue whether the time is right or not. We also have here our angels of abundance and no more complaining. Complaints are affirmations of victimhood, which is never true spiritually. Take back your God-given power by affirming that you have an abundance of choices and freedom. With your increased confidence and assertiveness, watch these positive affirmations blossom into reality. Okay? Always that focus on the good and what we want to blossom and what the abundance that we attract. Okay? So make sure it's all that positive stuff. Don't give any more energy to the stuff we don't want. And in fact, Judgment card is helping you here, bringing out a big old broom and cleaning that out for you. That's what I have for you, Libra. I'm going to leave this here for you. I hope there was something here for you. And if you enjoyed your reading, please do like, share, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Any interaction you have with the video does help it get seen. And so I do thank you in advance for that. But I hope you have a wonderful month ahead. Happy birthday to all of you experiencing a September birthday. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.